have them not lay down somewhere else where no one can find them and pass them away.
Go on calls like that in this neighborhood, and it's the aftermath of you ask them where the needle is. I threw it in the street. Okay, well now, where is it? Who plays with it? Is it an adult that picks it up and throws it away? Or is it a child that plays with it? Then it turns into, he said he did half fentanyl, half heroin, mixed in a bag. So the little baggie that he has, where's that? He probably threw it on the ground. A kid plays with that, sees it, is it candy, whatever. It's that whole, from my personal standpoint, it's frustrating because you see it all the time, every single day.
Since this crisis has hit, we go out on these types of calls over and over and over again, all day long. So 10% of the overdoses that we get called to for an opiate results in death. So how'd you make it over here? You just walked over? Yeah? Have you ever overdosed before? Hey, Doug, can you get up? Okay. You gotta. You can't stay here.
Dude, we were talking, having like a full conversation, and you just fell asleep like mid-conversation.
Douglas is obviously overdosing on opiates. He admitted to using fentanyl. So yeah, and this guy needs help. He needs somewhere to go, and you know, like I told him, it's like there's help for him. You know, but it's getting to these people, and you know, I mean, hey, I don't judge these people. You don't know where they came from. You don't know what kind of trauma was in their lives. So he needs help with anything else. He's sick.
With no increase in budgets or personnel, Manchester Fire Department now spends 70% of their time responding to drug-related calls.
Layla, wake up.
We got here, the police officer came by the park, was doing some surveillance. Gentleman here saw her passed out, called 911, unresponsive. We came here. She sold all the symptoms of an overdose. Right away, we administered Narcan, started breathing for her.
He's going to give her another Narcan. So this will be the second one that we put in to try to, because she didn't respond to the first one. So we're going to put in a second one. If this one doesn't work, they'll probably do an IV and then put it in that way.
Narcan is used to block the effects of opioids in an attempt to reverse overdoses.
Now they're going to put the Narcan in by IV because the two nasals got her to come around a little bit, but not fully. So.
Hey. Hi, Layla.
Careful, Layla.
It's just unfortunate, you know, daytime at a park, you think you're going for a walk in the park, you know, next thing is an overdose. So.
If this crisis right now doesn't worry you, then there's something wrong. You're not paying attention to it. Every day, people are out on the highway, driving down that I-95 corridor to the source city or source cities where these organizations have these drugs readily available. It's all day long. It's Monday through Friday and on the weekends, and it's nighttime, daytime, and during business hours. The product is always available. Look, New Hampshire, as of this morning, hasn't had a heroin overdose death. It's not heroin that's killing our people. It's fentanyl. And it's changed the game. It's cheap. It's easy to manufacture. For these cartels, they don't have to worry about opium anymore. They don't have to worry about the plant, sun, water, how they're going to grow these growing cycles. They don't worry about any of that. They can mass produce this stuff in the same labs that they have set up that they've used, you know, when they were making methamphetamine or any other drug. And they're able to manufacture it faster and cheaper.
Working with local law enforcement, the DEA has identified dealers operating from a park.
He's getting to the blue BMW. He picked up. He's looking around.
All right. So what blue BMW is
Stand by.
leaving?
So you can see how this works. We're set up in the park. We're sort of at a position where we can see what's happening. We see customers coming in.
And he's coming to the park. New Hampshire plates.
They're getting served. They're getting back in the car.
They didn't have to place for the other guys.
Our guys are calling it out to the surveillance units. Surveillance units are taking them away to a place where, whether it's in New Hampshire or Massachusetts, we can safely make these traffic stops.
Straight ahead right there. Okay, brother, we have another New Hampshire customer, guys. Another New Hampshire customer arriving. Hey, Medkin guys. Anybody available? A vehicle possibly going on 95.
Selena right here.
All right, what do you think, homie?
We're up here in New Hampshire now. We just stopped a car that we saw pick up from that same park. And this woman, too, had the stuff stuffed inside of her body cavity. She's pulling it out for the troopers. Here's the evidence here that they just removed from this female here on this traffic stop. Again, fentanyl driving up into New Hampshire to pollute our communities.
The cartels will never change what they're doing. They have found an avenue now with fentanyl where they can make so much money. The other thing is we're seeing, and this really frightens me, is the dealers are now mixing fentanyl with everything. We're seeing an increase of fentanyl mixed with cocaine, fentanyl mixed with methamphetamine. And if you think about it, it doesn't even make sense because really they do opposite things in the body and in the brain. But to the dealer, they almost look at this fentanyl now as a magic dust that's just a moneymaker. They think if I just put a little bit of this in there, I'll be able to spread that product further and make more money. So they're trying to figure out how to get that recipe to the right point where they can still addict everybody, but have them come back as much as they can. And that's really what's happened here. They've killed more people than war has.
I like the person I am today. I used to hate myself.
When we met Stephen, I didn't know him previously. He didn't want to hear anything about recovery. He didn't want nothing to do with the conversation, even though he was kind and sweet and respectful. I knew he just wanted to get up and go get high that day. He had it written all over his face.
I've seen it. I've seen that scene, like, and it disgusts me how I looked. Couldn't even keep my eyes open. I couldn't form a sentence, slurring, and like I believe I was very close to overdosing that day. It runs my life. I don't need it, but I feel like I do. Never get enough of it. And it is just, it kind of just fed itself. It just took everything from me. And I gave it everything I had willingly. It kind of took control. I'm not the same person, you know what I mean? I'm not that person. I believe drugs, heroin especially, completely changes who you are. It'll make you do things that you never thought you'd do. Make you into somebody that you're not, you know?
Steve had hit rock bottom and just accepted an offer from Jody to leave Pennsylvania for the first time in his life and fly to Florida for treatment.
Hi, Stephen. How are you, dear? Good. I'm so glad you made it. It wasn't. But I know it's not too late. I can still make it right. What I told him.
After 3 months in rehab, Steve left Florida clean and in search of a new life, one without the temptations of America's opioid crisis.
Steve and I have kept in touch here and there throughout the course of the last 2 years. I know that he's still clean and sober. I know that he's living in Kentucky. You know, I haven't spoken to him on the phone. Just text every couple of months.
Oh my God. Oh, how did I know he had some tricks up his sleeve?
Hello.
Oh, hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh my God, look how healthy you look, boy. You look amazing.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a surprise. Come check out the house.
All right, sounds great. So you left Florida, went back to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh area, and wasn't going to work, or?
I had an opportunity to move here, and I kind of jumped on it. You know what I mean? For the first time in my life, I was able to just pick up and move. Before, I was so afraid to leave.
You were afraid to leave what?
I was afraid to leave the area that I was in because I didn't know where to get the next one. Because I wouldn't know where to get it.
Right.
If I left.
Right. So the drugs kept you captive in so many different ways.
It kept me there in the same area. Now I had the freedom that I didn't have to stay around the area because I didn't know where I was going to get the next one.
Does it exist here? Like it typically exists everywhere?
It exists. It's everywhere.
Right. So, I mean, it's happening here.
Yeah, it definitely is here. I've seen it a little bit. I know an addict when I see one. It's definitely here.
You have to go look for it. If it doesn't come knocking at your door or drop you off like a pizza, right?
Yeah, like back home, it was right in your face, and it came and found you. I really like it here. It's really nice. I feel better than I've ever felt. I don't remember a time where I felt this good about myself. 2 years ago, I couldn't even dream that I could be here doing what I'm doing and as happy as I am.
If there's one individual, Stephen, who I know that we had a hand in saving his life, it's worth it. Nobody's life's better than someone else. We all deserve a chance at success and to live. Some of us have lost our way.
It's not a poor people thing anymore. It's not a inner city ghetto drug anymore. It's everywhere, and it's killing people left and right every single day. Something's got to be done. It's gotta change. What's it gonna take? You know what I mean? Someone in a seat of power like that losing their child to it before they open their eyes to it. Like something's got to give now, or there's gonna be no coming back from it. I just hope we haven't reached that point already.
My story doesn't end here. This isn't the last time anyone is going to see me. Just I'm not going to die from this. Like, I'm not going to die from this. I want my daughter to be proud of me. I want people to be proud of me. You know, I want to be proud of myself.
If I was your mother right now, what would you want to say to me?
I would tell her I'm sorry. I can't tell her, hey, wait. A couple more years, I'll get better. I can't tell her that. I don't know. That's what sucks about this. Tomorrow's not promised. For her or for me.
My greatest hope is that I can beat the addiction. I can just go back to being Alex. That I can be a good son, a good brother, a good father. That's like my greatest hope. That I can beat this, walk away from it, and just not look back.
We lost contact with Alex, so went back to search for him. But he was nowhere to be found.